Listen, I'm a little busy here. Why don't we discuss all this a little later, back at the office?
Oh, no problem. I understand. Do you mind if I have a look around?
Be my guest. Hey, Jaden, you come and see me if you find anything, okay? We're on the same team now.
I don't really care for Blake. He's just one of those meh characters. Time to play Men in Black Detective again.
Harry, comment. The victim is lying on his back. No visible signs of violence. His face is covered with mud, like the other victims. Superficial wound on the right thigh. Blood analysis suggests it could be post-mortem. Probably a scratch that occurred when the body was being moved. The blood report indicates an advanced and long-lasting state of exhaustion. An orchid was placed on the victim's chest. A small origami figure in the right hand. Fingers were probably closed after the time of death.
I think there's only a few characters in the game that say origami.
The victim is Jeremy Bowles, declared missing 5 days ago. See reference file.
Rest in peace.
The body got scratched when it was moved. There may be more traces of blood around here.
Luckily, I know where all the clues are, so I won't spend 20 minutes roaming around like I did when I first played this game.
Comment. The pollen particles disappear in the tall grass. It's probably the end of the trail. Harry, comment. There are traces of blood on the fence behind the railroad line. It comes from the victim. The killer came this way with the body and probably grazed it on his way through the fence.
Now my suit's all muddy. I look very unprofessional. Oh, during that fight with that asshole, I guess you can call him, the guy who's gonna beat up Lauren, it's not possible to die there. If you just get beat up enough, he'll eventually leave. Like, I told you not to mess with me, asshole. And for this, I tried to stand on the tracks and get hit by the train and see if that could kill me, but nah. The train never goes by again.
There's a good chance that they're the killers. Harry, comment. Tire tracks on the side of the road behind the railroad line. It may be the killer's car. I think I've seen all there is to see.
We exit Men in Black mode. I need a new suit. You tell him, Norman. You don't just do that to an FBI agent. Someone asked how long this game was. It's probably about 7 or 8 hours, so not too terribly long. Already over an hour into it, so it'll probably go by pretty quick.
Better get back to the station before I catch pneumonia. There's a railroad track near where the body was left. Same as all the other victims. Way too many people here. They're trampling all over the crime scene. Orchid pollen. Something the killer couldn't control. Can it be traced back to its source?
Maybe. You shall find out. If you don't know, that's a kind of flower. Most of Norman's scenes are better than this. This one's kind of slow. I believe the story goes back to Ethan now. I think it'll be a little while longer before the fourth character gets introduced.
A bat. A wolf's head. A crab.
Crab battle.
Death. Death.
I have the results of your MRI scans. Everything seems to be normal. There is no physical damage from the accident. However, I am worried about your psychological condition. I know it's not easy, but you've got to start over, Ethan. You're not responsible for what happened.
It's my fault Jason is dead. He'd still be alive if I'd been looking out for him.
It was an accident. Accidents happen every day. You can't blame yourself forever for your son's death. How is Sean?
He's a very solitary kid, you know, very focused within himself. He's really close to his mother. With me, he's more distant.
And what about you, Ethan? What do you feel?
I stopped living at the same time Jason did. When that car ran into us.
Is there something else you wanted to tell me, Ethan?
Have there been any cases of split personality developing after concussion? Like people doing things but having no memory of what they've done? Like somebody else had been doing them?
We know that in certain cases, a violent shock to the brain can cause serious psychological disturbances, like schizophrenia, for example. That's the end of this session. We'll continue this conversation next week. You were lucky, Ethan. It's very rare to survive such a traumatic accident.
I don't exactly feel lucky, Doctor.
If you pick one of those choices, the doctor will say that he's been in a coma for 6 months.